Platt can be configured to allow the care worker to make time off requests from the point of care app. That's done by setting up event types using these fields in this region of the screen here. In particular, this care worker submissions field, which has got 3 possible values, cannot be submitted from Platt point of care, which means that all requests for time off have to be done by phoning the office or some other means. Authorization required, which means that the care worker can submit a request and then the back office gets to reject or accept that request. And notification only, which means the care worker merely informs the back office that they're not available for work. So in this example here, holiday, it's an annual leave type event type. We are saying that authorization is required and there's a minimum lead time of 5 office days. So the system will check that the care worker is giving at least that much leave time, and the system will be able to calculate whether weekends or bank holidays need to be added on, so that the 5 office days might well become 8 real days. You can set up rejection reasons so that you can quickly reject the request if that's necessary, and you have to set up a pending request colour so that the calendar displays pending requests differently from holidays that are actually going to take place. Here's another example. We've got an event type of sickness where the care worker can merely notify with no lead time that they're going off sick. So that sounds quite alarming. So we've set up some alerts on the system to make sure that people get notified of that as quickly as possible. And these are the 3 alert types, and I've suppressed all of the other alert types. So these are the 3 relating to time off requests. So let's see what this looks like for the care worker. So I'm going to log in as a care worker and have a look at the time off option in the menu. So there's 3 tabs. The first one shows the time off records, which is empty at the moment because they've not yet made any requests or had any holidays accepted. The entitlement tab asks the back office to the back end of the system to calculate how much holiday they have available and how much is accrued, and finally they can make a new time off request. So we've currently got 20 days that we can request, so we're going to request some holiday, and the system knows that 5 days from now plus a weekend is this date here. The default is 1 day, which we'll stick with, and the system has calculated already that it is normally this person's work, part of this person's work pattern, so they are actually requesting a holiday day. So I'm going to request that. It goes to the back office, the back end, which checks that that's a valid request. And if I look at my entitlement now, as expected, I've got 1 day less, and I've got 1 day requested but not yet approved. And if I go and look at my records, I can see that I have a pending request. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the back office system. First of all, I'm going to see if there's any alerts. Oh, and look, there is an alert. I have a proposed holiday for Will Kane. And if I look at Will Kane's record and I look at next week, I can see that there is a pending holiday. And if I edit it, I can reject that request, and I'm going to reject it for reasons, and the system updates the entitlement and changes the colour of the display to sort of a washed out variant of the selected colour. It also sends an email to the care worker making the request saying that the request has been rejected, and that was for reasons. Now let's go back and see what the care worker sees now on the point of care app, because they're not necessarily going to have looked at that email. So when they log in and go to their time off option on their menu, and see that the records has been updated to show that their request has been rejected. If we go back to the entitlement, we'll see that they've got 20 again. So that's the time off requesting and management functionality within Plaid.